just moved maybe, or brand new to hunting, or maybe your old spot got overran with new people, don't worry about it, we got you. And by we, I mean me. I'm gonna show you exactly how to find mule deer no matter where you're at. Let's get right into it. So in this video, you're gonna be using GoHunt Maps, their online mapping platform, as well as Google Earth, thus the thumbnail, right? So you definitely need something that will tell you what shows you what land is public and what land is private. That's the first step. So whether you use GoHunt or something like Onyx or Base Maps, something along those lines, it is a must-have in today's hunting world. So download one of those. But for this mini-series, I'll be using GoHunt and Google Earth. So we're going to go from here to the computer screen, and I'm going to break down your first couple steps on how you can figure out where you could start hunting and potentially find some deer. So let's get into it. All right, here we go. So here is our GoHunt Maps. I also have our Google Earth loaded, so when we get to it. So first things first, this is your general breakdown. The first thing I do is I change this ISO down to degrees, minutes, seconds, because it's easier for me to copy from this to Google Earth. All right, secondly, we need to identify our library. So we're gonna come in here, we're gonna go to all California. So the first thing I start doing is private, it's gonna turn it on, and then we're gonna turn on government as well. With these two things, it's gonna show me where I can hunt. And as I zoom in, you'll see things will start to break down in colors, okay? Here's your little key right here on what each one means. And if you keep scrolling down, you put on your wilderness. We have a good amount of wilderness here in California, okay? And then if you zoom in more, you'll see what the private land is. All this stuff right here is private land, okay? This is like a kind of like step-by-step tutorial. Okay, so with those two things on, also, if you're hunting deer, you want to turn on your deer zones, just so you know what zone you're on, and it'll come like this, okay? So the first thing I'm looking at, I'm down here in San Diego. I am looking for the green or the yellow. Those are two areas I can hunt. So if we're just gonna randomly pick one, all right, D15, let's just get in here. So this is all Cleveland National Forest, as it tells me. All right, so we're gonna scroll. We're gonna turn on roads and trails, and I'll show you, see all those trails pop up right there? Okay, so this is gonna give me some access points on how I could get in and out. All right, and as you see on the key over here on the left, it is telling you, what kind of vehicles can make it up these. So this is the 15 Indian Canyon. I know this is a footpath most likely based on this. And then these roads right here are telling me I could fit a full-size vehicle. Full-size vehicle right here, perfect, okay? Remember, I'm breaking down first area. I'm just moved here trying to figure out where to hunt, but I'm showing you how I set up my GoHunt maps, okay? We're gonna look for access. Turn this on too. See if anything changes immediately. Okay, nothing immediately changes, keep it on. Land usage. California, not too worried about this. In this lower elevation, they don't do a lot of timber cuts, so I typically don't have this on for this general area. Terrain's pretty cool. It'll tell you what your elevation is. Let's just zoom out so we have an idea. So if I'm looking for something between 4,000 and 5,000 feet, is it here? Perfect, okay. So I know this area is gonna be higher elevation and gonna be excuse my French, a bitch to get to. So if I adjust this, I can see what it looks like also. This overlay occupancy filter or feature is really nice. All right, so I know this right here is, oh look right here, this is a mile high. Okay, so I know wintertime comes around, just thinking we're spitballing here, we're doing this together. I know wintertime comes around that it's gonna be cold up here with potential a little bit of snow. Never been here before, so I don't know. And it looks like there's a road that goes right through it. Okay, cool. Not worried about that because I know everything else is gonna be below that. Water's giant in California, okay? We're gonna turn our rivers, we're gonna turn all this on. We're gonna see what flows through here. All right, looks like we got a couple guzzlers potentially. Land Canyon Spring, okay? So for me, water's big in Southern California. Mule deer don't necessarily need to drink water every single day like elk or antelope most likely, but I still pay homage to it, if you will. I still like have that a main factor because if I know there's water around, I know there are deer within a mile at least, right? So I personally put a lot of weight on water here in Southern California. All right, so now that we have our filter set up, you can put wildfires on. I'm not too worried about it here, but it does have a feature. I believe there was a fire here a couple years ago. Let's see, so 2021, nothing, nothing, nothing. Oh, so it looks like there was a fire in here in 2020. Okay, reaches into the National Forest just a little bit. 2020, we had a lot of rain, could be overgrowth, but I would keep that in mind because with the fires bring new shrubs, right? And new foliage, obviously. So that's what deer love. Okay, so we have our filter set up now the way we want it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put my terrain mode on down here. So let's close this, give full screen, and I'm gonna start looking at what drop-offs we have. Okay, so it looks pretty mountainous overall. And the cool thing about GoHunt is you could go 3D mode while in terrain mode. So it's gonna give me an option to view certain cuts from different angles. So looking at road access and foot traffic, let's see if we can find like a little easy spot to come into. So if I come right here on the end. All right, so this right here is a flat point, which is nice. So if no, not double click, I'm thinking Google Earth. So if I come here, I could see now how this looks. So what I'm looking for is a good glassing spot that I could see a lot of land and into a lot of cuts, okay? All right, so this is all pretty mountainous. All right, we have a road over here. Let's see where this road takes us through. So this road feature is nice because now I know I could drive into it and then I won't have to hike as much. All right, this area looks pretty good right here. Look, right off the road. Right off the road, it looks like a flat spot and it looks like a pretty good spot where I could see a bunch of land. All right, so now we're gonna zoom in a little bit. I'm gonna go back to 2D mode. And move me a little bit. Oh, right here. All right, is what we're looking at. We're gonna go back to satellite. Okay, cool. It looks like a little spot you could go out into. All right, so now I'm gonna drop a pin. Okay, that was the right button. We're gonna drop a pin, and then I'm gonna copy and paste this because we switched it to degrees, minutes, seconds, actually down here. Copy, paste. We're gonna go to Google Earth and we're gonna see how it looks. Never been here before. Figuring out, so if I was a first-time hunter, this is what I'd be doing. Okay, so this is what we are looking at. All right, so now I gotta do this again. Okay, so easy road, looks like great access. Okay, perfect. So if I park here, shit, if it's National Forest, you could also camp here, which is nice. I don't know what this is. Might be a guzzler, but looks like people come out here, drive out here, camp. And this is actually beautiful because I could come all the way out here now. I could walk. Get out here just a little bit, get more into the valley. Find a good spot to glass from. This looks all right. Zoom out a little bit. And now I'm glassing all this. I'm glassing into all these cuts. All right. Yeah, this is good. This is a good spot because now, even from the parking spot, I could see all of this. And it's right off the road, so it doesn't require too much work. All right, so just like that, within about 9 minutes, we found a potential really good glassing spot. We broke down how to set up your filters in GoHunt, and now we have a spot we could easily drive to, which is from my house about 1.5 hours, 2 hours away, and it's in Cleveland National Forest, so it's legal to hunt and season's coming up. And through Google Earth now, we're verifying that it looks like a pretty good glassing spot because I could glass into a bunch of separate canyons, and I have a bunch of land I could cover just with my eyes and not my feet. So this is video 1, just how we break down everything and then how we bounce off what we find in GoHunt and go into Google Earth. Stay by for video 2. We're gonna do terrain analysis, and we're gonna look at glassing spots where we could glass into the areas where deer potentially have more food and where they may be sheltering. So stay tuned for that. This was a down and dirty, step-by-step process on an area I've never hunted before and how I would go about finding glassing spots, all right? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.